Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Honorable Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Deputy Prime Ministers, Honorable Cabinet Ministers, Honorable Leader of the Opposition, Honorable Assistant Ministers, Honorable Members of Parliament. Mr. Mbulvinaka, and a good morning to you all. Mr. Speaker, sir, I begin by acknowledging the traditional owners and custodians of the land which we stand here today. Durmai was an Turana Tisuva, we pay our respect to the elders, past, present, and those emerging. Mr. Mbulvinaka, and namaste to the people of Fiji, listening to this broadcast through the wireless live streaming or listening on radio today. Mr. Speaker, sir, I wish to begin by extending my sincere gratitude to His Excellency the President for his inspirational speech at the opening of Parliament last week. His Excellency emphasized the need to reflect on our collective responsibility towards building an inclusive and prosperous Fiji. Mr. Speaker, sir, our nation is blessed to have a great leader at the helm. He's not only a distinguished paramount chief, but a respected politician and a humble public servant who has contributed immensely over the many years of his service to our beloved nation. Mr. Speaker, sir, since assuming office, the coalition government has remained steadfast in its commitment towards uplifting the lives of all Fijians. Simultaneously, it focused on creating an enabling environment that promotes accountability, impartiality, and in a real democracy as compared to the government that recently ruled us for 16 years. Mr. Speaker, sir, when the coalition government was elected by the people of Fiji, we understood the immense responsibility that lay ahead of us. More than 2 years now, meaningful and proactive changes have now undoubtedly improved our current situation as we all knew it. What many do not understand was that we had to dismantle a system, many things that were in place in order to build and move forward. With it, it was a culture that such a system creates that takes much more longer to change. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Fijian people are the backbone of our beloved nation, without whom we wouldn't be here today. The voices of all Fijians are crucial in building a prosperous nation that ensures no one is left behind. Mr. Speaker, sir, we continue to listen to the people every day. We have heard the public outcry of our unsustainable national debt levels and exhibited the social challenges that the coalition, the government, has inherited. Mr. Speaker, sir, the coalition government recognized that the necessity of addressing our national debt levels and the need for urgent action. The coalition government has reduced national debt level from 90% to 79.4% in the 2023-2024 financial year, and this is expected to further decrease to 77.8% by July this year. This is no small task for any government, Speaker, sir. Speaker, sir, this is a direct reflection of the coalition government's collective efforts to drive transformative change that is fundamental to the improving economy, the prosperity, and social stability, and the resilience of all Fijians. These efforts are guided by the recently formulated National Development Plan 2025 to 2029 and Vision 2050. Mr. Speaker, sir, this National Development Plan is a holistic blueprint developed through nationwide public consultation and diverse thematic working groups of experts and professionals that reflected the needs and aspirations of our people. Speaker, sir, the National Development Plan, or the People's Plan, include a comprehensive implementation, monitoring, and evaluation framework to ensure that all deliverables and performance indicators are executed according to agreed targets, budgets, and timelines, where accountability and collaboration are at its core. Ongoing work behind this national mechanism is currently spearheaded by the Minister of Finance, Strategic Planning and Statistics, and the Office of the Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, sir, The Office of the Prime Minister is responsible for the implementation of small grants project, whose aims are to improve the lives of all Fijians, especially those that reside or live within the rural areas, including the outer islands. I'm pleased to inform this House that within this financial year, there has been a total of 34 grant recipients who have benefited from the scheme with a total funding commitment of $1.1 million. We expect this number to further increase before the end of the financial year. Mr. Speaker, sir, the grant recipients encompass the 4 divisions in the country. The scope of the assistance provided by the scheme varies according to the needs of our communities. For instance, for the Namara District School in Sanima, Kandawa, financing assistance was provided for the supply and installation of solar home system. This initiative is strategically aligned to the government's commitment of empowering rural and maritime communities to attain connectivity to renewable energy sources. Additionally, under the Small Grants Project, the Tokotoka and Burukalo community in Lami benefited through the co-financing assistance in the construction of 460 meters concrete footpath to ensure and to promote the safety and accessibility of communities, particularly the women, the children, the elderly, and the vulnerable in the community. Speaker said the coalition government continues to recognize and acknowledge the aspirations of our communities that affectionately call Fiji home. These communities have contributed immensely towards the sustainable development of our beloved nation. And the coalition government will ensure that their dignity, social stability, and security are met and safeguarded. In this financial year, cost-sharing arrangements will soon be introduced and the scheme strengthened to better support community needs, promote partnerships, accountability in service delivery, and sustainability for projects and communities to ensure long-term viability. In my speech at the opening of the 2024 Parliament session, I alluded to the coalition government's establishment of an interministerial task force to oversee the needs of the descendants of the Melanesian community. I am pleased to inform this August House that work is progressing well. The task force is working diligently to ensure that the socio-economic development of the Melanesian community with respect to acquiring and securing land tenancy. Speaker, to adapt to current global trends, it is critical to undertake necessary legislative reviews to meet the needs of the present generation. Currently, there are several archaic laws which require revision. The coalition government is actively pursuing legislative reforms to ensure that innovative and equitable measures are incorporated. We're in the process of reviewing the Banaban Settlement Act, Banaban Lands Act, and the Tubuna Act. The Office of the Prime Minister is also in consultation with the Council of Rotuma, Kiowa, and Rambi Council of Leaders to ensure that the perspectives and the realities are considered in these reforms through a comprehensive consultation process. The priority areas of this review include the good governance, economic stability, and security, among others. Speaker, sir, Honorable Prime Minister mentioned the need to creating a wealthy people from our rich natural resources. The office will soon devise a tailor-made, innovative poverty alleviation strategies to enhance community livelihoods. Such a strategy includes focusing on villages, establishing units to better access support needed to further develop their own resources for sustenance and development with sustainability as its focus. The government's effort to improve economic status, guarantee equality for all, and improve the services will be aided by your understanding and support. Such initiative and program are pursued to reinstate the dignity, independence, and hope of the people. Strategic intention is to nurture a generation of non-resilience on handouts. This is promoting the resilience, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, you may be aware that the economy has been inundated by the devastating impact of the infestation of the Asian subterranean termites, AST, within Ba, Nandi, Lotoka, and more recently, the Nakashi area. The Speaker said the termite task force remains committed to identifying practical solutions that would assist Fijian communities navigate through this predicament that has affected their livelihoods and daily lives. The Speaker said the termite control assistance program comprised of two major activities. First being the termite subsidy program that provides the relief packages to homeowners, and the second one being the termite baiting program, which focuses on mass baiting services around the Lotoka area. The Speaker said since the establishment of the termite task force, a total of 775 households have been assisted through the termite subsidy program at a total funding value of $3.8 million. In alignment with the standard operating procedures, applicants to the termite subsidy program will be provided with termite baiting services on a first-come, first-served basis. Subsequently, through the necessary approval process, Fleek Hygiene Fiji Limited, the approved vendor, is to provide 1,000 households with above-the-ground baiting services under the termite baiting program. Termite baiting services are currently underway in the following areas: Rifle Range, Field 40, Tavakumbu, Vitongo, Natambua, Miyavi, and Tomuka in Lotoka. The Speaker said, given the drastic spread of termites and pests across our local communities, it is imperative that there is a multi-pronged approach to include key stakeholders and expertise in addressing this challenge. I would encourage local households to seek further guidance and expect assistance from local agencies that specialize in the eradication of these pests. Speaker, sir, His Excellency underscored the need for visionary and ethical leadership that serves the interests of the people rather than the personal ambitions. Establishment of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission is a key part of this effort. During this financial year, the coalition government remains committed to promoting healing, reconciliation, forgiveness, and trust to foster social cohesion and unity in the country. It is through this approach that we will achieve stability, equity, and progress for all. Mr. Speaker, sir, I wish to address some of the issues that has been raised by our opposition members. Mr. Speaker, sir, some of the members of the opposition are stating that the previous government left a platform of sustainable development. This is far from the truth, Mr. Speaker, sir. When you go around the country, you'll notice that most of the projects that have been implemented are there to gain political mileage without any consideration for economic efficiency. A typical example, Mr. Speaker, sir, is the Lotoka Aspen Hospital. The Public Accounts Committee was there last week, and we were told there was no feasibility study being undertaken to determine the cost and the benefit of this project to the people of this country. When this idea was first mooted, we were told that the World Bank had undertaken the feasibility. This never happened, Mr. Speaker, sir. Other stakeholders, such as FNPF, were forced to sign the agreement without due regard to the feasibility of this proposal. The marketing tagline was, "We are going to conduct open heart operation," and it's the first time it will be done in this country. The people of this country were not told that we're going to pay $10 million a month for this project. What a shame, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, his most gracious address, His Excellency has emphasized government's commitment to empowering agriculture. Yet, it's the first time that any government has recognized that we need to revive the sugar industry. This is not rocket science, Mr. Speaker, sir. It's plain common sense. We cannot take the path that was taken by the previous government, continuing to subsidize an industry that we have no comparative advantage in. Honorable BM Pillay describes how Mr. Tambain Marama has supported the survival of the industry over the years. This is far from the fact, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Tambain Marama was the chief architect of the demise of the industry when he was the Minister of Sugar. The previous government continued attempts to revive the industry with very little success. Production continued to decline as government did not address the fundamental problems facing the industry, but continued to subsidize the non-performing industry at a substantial cost to the people of this country. We are forfeiting other agricultural commodities that are more lucrative and can enhance the farmers' income. This includes vegetables, cocoa, coffee, tropical fruits, and of course, livestock. No wonder Fiji's agricultural contribution to GDP, which used to be 25% 30 years ago, has declined substantially to a mere 8%. Mr. Speaker, sir, His Excellency also expanded on government's plight to battle poverty and to graduate households out of poverty. The opposition has been quite vocal in their critics pointing fingers and laying blame at the feet of this government, claiming that we have somehow failed to address poverty. They accuse us of ignoring the struggles of the most vulnerable in society, while we certainly acknowledge that poverty continues to be a significant issue. I want to set the record straight today to show that government is not only aware of the issue, but is actively working to tackle this issue with the data, the honesty, and the commitment to the truth. Mr. Speaker, sir, it was only a few short years ago when the previous government was presented with the highest Household and Income Survey 2019-2020 report, a document that was meticulously crafted following international standard. This report was not just a mere snapshot of the poverty levels, it was a detailed breakdown providing an analysis that went beyond numbers. It took into account the regional, ethnic, and religious makeup of poverty in Fiji. Mr. Speaker, sir, the 2019-2020 highest report gave us insights into poverty, where poverty was most severe, where are the most marginalized communities were located, and most importantly, it provided actionable data for policymakers to distribute resources effectively. It was a kind of report that could have empowered us to take more bold action. Unfortunately, Mr. Speaker, sir, this report was thrown out and not adopted by the government. Mr. Speaker, sir, this government is committed to addressing the root cause of poverty, and we will not shy away from the difficult conversations. We are putting the tools in place to ensure that every Fijian has the opportunity to thrive. We will continue to prioritize policies that uplift the marginalized, support, and the vulnerable within our communities. I urge the opposition to stop playing the blame game, start working with us and not against us. The poverty levels we see here today are not the result of the 2 years. They are the result of the 16 years of mismanagement, denial, and inaction. Now is the time for us to face the reality of the situation, confront the challenges head-on, and work together for a more prosperous, fair, and equitable Fiji. In closing, Mr. Speaker, sir, I urge all of us to rebuild Fiji together. We owe it to our children and future generations. Mr. Speaker, sir, I support the Honorable Prime Minister's motion that is before the House. I thank His Excellency for his most gracious speech, and I thank you for your indulgence. May God bless Fiji.